All right, this is Stomp here at Stomp and You Customs, and I want to just kind of tell you a little a story that's been developing over the last few months since basically January or so. So around January, I was looking on Armslist, and I don't know if you guys look on Armslist, but I used to go on Armslist almost every day and check out what's in the area. And on Armslist, you can go and find classified ads basically for guns that are for sale across the United States and in your local area. And in my past, I've always just perused and browsed and tried to find good deals. And I'm pretty sure I've bought a few guns off Armslist, no problems, or and Gunbroker, no problems in the past, all local buys. Um, Call somebody up, talk to them a little bit, find out about the piece. You find them. I like to take pictures of IDs and make sure I know who I'm dealing with. Buy the gun, whatever. Home Depot parking lot. Normal stuff, right? So, in my YouTube channel, I represent custom knife makers, and I also shoot custom AK-47s, and I have a motto called Stomp Strong. And one of the ways I stomp strong is by going to the range a lot and getting as much time in as I can hunting and trying to get pigs and shooting distance. And I've been shooting AK-47 since like 95 or so. And over the years, I've appreciated the better quality AK-47s. And I still have my end paps and whatnot, but I've also bought in higher end guns. And in time, I've appreciated the custom gun game, especially in the AK-47 market. And so sometimes these makers are all extremely exclusive, and sometimes there's a 6 month wait just to get a purchase on some of these companies. Like I believe Rifle Dynamics has a 6 month wait. Meridian Defense right now, I have an order in right now, and they're about a 3 month wait. I'm going to talk about them in a minute. I waited a long time for one from Definitive Arms, and Chase has them coming out now way more regular, so his production's up and able to, just touch the surface of the people trying to get these guns. So we have Krebs, Rifle Dynamics, Definitive Arms, Dissident Arms. I'm working with trying to get one of their pieces. Jim Fuller started a new company. I've been in talks with him about getting a new one, possibly. In talks of getting a Russian one from Definitive Arms in addition. So the high end AKs and me are, I'm watching them, I'm shooting them a lot. I probably average, when everything's normal, I'm averaging about 1,000 rounds a month on AKs, and the best I've done is maybe a 18-inch target at 300 yards. I've hit it 12 times out of 30 on a magazine from my Definitive Arms. So I love these high-end guns. So a friend of mine and me started shooting, and I get him absolutely addicted to AK-47s, which isn't hard to do. And I start going to the range with him all the time. And he starts talking about wanting to buy one. And I'm looking always to sort of upgrade. And I have a Mac 90 that I just totally did a build on it. It's just beautiful. And I did all the upgrades, put a red dot Ultimac on it, all the furniture I liked, and my buddy was interested in, and I said, "Hey, let me see what I can see around. Let me see what I find out. See what's for sale." So I go straight to Armslist, right? And I start looking at guns, and I find a Rifle Dynamics. It's out of Colorado. No, Spokane, Washington, not Colorado. Spokane, Washington. I was gonna call the gun Spokane, and it's RD 701 folding stock, beautiful, gray, beautiful picture. Looks brand new. The guy says he's selling it for X amount of money. I believe it was $1,600. And there's a 6 month wait for this gun. The pictures are very nice. There's like two pictures. It looks really good. So here's where the story begins on Armslist. I this is not a local buy this time. It's a Rifle Dynamics for $1,600. These guns go for like $2,200, so the price is pretty reasonable for a used gun. It's not a 6-month wait. He's on my list. I would love to have a Rifle Dynamics gun. My buddy wants the other piece that I have. Now I can do what I need to money wise to get something what I want. I sell my gun, take that money, and contact the Rifle Dynamics buyer or seller, and he's in Spokane. And the reason I'm looking down here is this is a kind of a statement I had to make to the FBI about this eventually, and the local police at the end of this. So we start negotiating. I get him down to $1,400, whatever. He immediately shows me a military ID, and I don't know if it was me wanting something. I don't know if it was the fact that he had an MP ID, and I'm a military dependent. I see the IDs all the time. I'm sort of familiar. I'm immediately comfortable, I guess, because he has the ID. And we negotiate, and I'm going to start remembering dates and stuff here. So I'm going to start reading this from this one statement so I don't miss anything. On December 29th, Sunday, I contacted a seller on Armslist for an AK-47. We negotiated the price and agreed upon $1,400. He showed me an ID, driver's license, military police ID to confirm who he was. I then tried to send $700 through Zelle, but they would only do $500. Monday, I send $200 more on December 30th. December 31st, Tuesday, he confirms and says he will ship and asks me to give him my ID. I do. I send him my driver's license and military dependent ID. He then tries to get another $400 out of me. I say when it's shipped, when I see the shipping receipt, I can do that on PayPal, and I will pay the fees. We're going back and forth about using PayPal. He doesn't want to use PayPal because PayPal won't do anything with guns, and he's MP, and he doesn't want to have any problems. And he would do Zelle because that's just account to the bank. And I'm excited to get this gun. I'm excited to be talking to a guy that knows about it, and this is all text. And I already sent him the money. And I know everyone watching this, and this is why this is a hard video to make, and I'm making it at the middle of April, or instead of January, because I've been dealing with this since then. So I say, no, hey man, ship the gun and show me a shipping receipt, I'll send you the money, no problem. I've already done my part. I've explained what I'm going back. He's explaining his wife doesn't think I'm going to do it. I'm explaining I'm not sending you no more money until I see a shipping receipt. We're going back and forth. He says he will ship on Thursday, the 2nd of January, and I will get it Friday the 3rd. I hear nothing until Saturday the 4th, and he says he's out of town and will ship Wednesday the 8th. At this point, I'm thinking this is normal. I'm not even questioning anything yet in my mind at this point. January 7th, it's a Tuesday. I get this message on my Facebook business page, Stomping You Customs, asking me if I am selling a SLR 107 rifle. I'm immediately alarmed. This is a very high-end rifle. I give him my phone number, and it's a guy named Jacob out of Alabama. Jacob calls me, and he informs me that someone is on Armslist selling a rifle using my IDs and referring to my YouTube channel where I shoot high-end AK-47s. So now I am in the middle of it. I'm in the middle of it. Since then, I've had at least 6 guys contact me about a rifle I've been selling them on Armslist with my ID. I'm just giving you some information. I'm trying to get all the information out here so I can kind of to give you the timeline, and then I'll tell you what I'm thinking. So immediately on the 7th of January, I call the police. I reported the incident to Wells Fargo. They give me Zelle fraud reference numbers for 2 transactions. On the 8th, I asked the person via text if they shipped, and I have no response. I know from the police now that it's actually a crime. He hasn't shipped when he's supposed to. I've paid him the money. It hasn't happened. On the 9th, I tracked down the person on the original ID on Facebook. This is with a suggestion from the police. Have you tracked down the original ID yet? And I said, no. He goes, go to Facebook. See if you can find him. And I did. And I sent him a message to see if he had any helpful information. He explained to me that this had been going on for about 6 years with him. And it's semi-regular. And that before him, this has been going on with a Navy guy for years too. So the MP guy is not the dude who's doing the information. That's a guy whose information he stole. He's been using it for 6 years. And before that, it was another Navy guy's information he stole and has been using it. The whole time on Armslist, the Navy MP guy reported several times, several investigations, the FBI shit, everything to Armslist. Armslist does nothing. Nothing. This listing is still out there. In the middle of this investigation, I'm talking to the Schertz Police Department about it on the phone, and she goes, hey, is this the combat master problem on Armslist? And I go, excuse me? And I go, no, this is a high-end AK. She goes, oh, it's different. And I go, yeah. She goes, well, we're having the same problem with STI Combat Masters. There's a guy that's selling him saying he's a store, collecting the money, and he's not even a store. And everyone wants the gun so bad they just send him the money. And he's advertising it on Armslist. What's crazy is, in the middle of all this, one of my makers for the shop loves these high-end guns and orders an STI Combat Master from a guy on Armslist, and is in the middle at the same time I'm going through my fraud case. He's going through it with a guy with an STI, but he happened to pay it in the way that he could get it back. However he did it was smarter than however I did it. So my $600 is gone. I've had 6 people using my IDs now, contacting me, thank God, through the YouTube channel, to explain, asking me if I've, hey, are you selling this? Or, hey, I gave you some money, where's the gun? And it's not happening. The FBI is like, yeah, this is real common. Armslist does nothing about it. I'm not even sure if it's their problem, because when you read the contracts, that's all written in where they're not liable for anything. So I'm not even sure if it is Armslist's problem, but they definitely need to know about it. And I mean, man, the idea of you sending money to somebody that's not a business on Armslist is crazy. In hindsight, I feel like a total freaking idiot. You know what I mean? This is like, I'm 47. I've been ripped off a few times in my life, and this is one of the bigger ones. So it's not a big deal, I guess, $600. But after the 6th dude, I'm talking to him on the phone for an hour about this, and he's like, man, you really do need to make a video. I'm like, man, I don't want to make a video. This makes me look like an idiot. He's like, you need to make a video if it helps one person. So here's the deal. Yes, I love AK-47s. Yes, I have in the past bought stuff off Armslist. I have never sold anything on Armslist. I'm not saying I won't. Right now, I am not currently and have never sold anything on Armslist as of Sunday the 3rd, 2020, April. Okay, so whatever month it is. I don't even know what month it is. It's a quarantine. Okay, so listen. Don't send your money to people on Armslist unless you can verify it's a business. And I'm not exactly sure how you want to do that, but do something, because money is flowing out of people's pockets that are looking for a particular hard-to-get type of rifle, like a Krebs or Definitive Arms or the Meridian Defense Cumming, or the Rifle Dynamics that I got ripped off on, or the STI Combat Masters that everyone on the planet is dying to spend $4,000 on, and I think a CZ A01LD is going to kill it for 2.5. So be careful with your hobbies, right? Don't let the idea of the finding it, the getting the testing done that you want to do, comparing these high-end makers to one another so I can tell people like you what the best product is that you can get. You know, that's what I'm trying to do, is find out what the best AK on the planet is I can buy and shoot the piss out of it. You know what I mean? So, like, have the hobby, enjoy the hobby, do you, but really be careful about your money and where you're sending your money. Because Armslist is not paying attention for you. They are not your friend on this. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm saying pay attention. If it's a local buy, make sure you're meeting somebody. A lot of these deals on Armslist are not what they seem to be. And they're not presenting them in a way that looks strange. They're giving you what you think you would be paying for a used gun. It's not presented in an abnormal way, if that makes sense. Let me look at my notes here. I think I have everything down. Okay, this is kind of a different video for me. I hope everyone's doing good. Sound strong, love your people, embrace your hobby. Nothing changed, by the way. Yeah, I sold one gun and I lost some money on another transaction. The day that this happened to me, I went and called Meridian Defense and ordered a gun. And then I switched that order up a month later, and they had to put me back to the back of the queue. So I'm a little bit, I'm in the middle of waiting for the gun that I ordered, and I was going to show that as my, like, fuck it, you can't put me down. But it's not in yet, and there's already been at least 6 people calling about this. I need to get this video done. It is embarrassing to a degree, but it is what it is. I mean, life does happen. I hope I take this hit, and maybe 1 or 2 people or anybody watching this video can learn from it, right? So that's the whole point. So, okay, so learn from my mistakes, stomp strong, kick ass, be good.